It's not easy to admit to yourself that you might have depression, especially in the Black community where mental health is almost like a myth, right? And even more so, what if you don't fit the telltale signs of a depressed person? What if you're not in anguish all the time, or you're not sitting in your bed and you are still functioning? What then? In today's video, I explore the possibility of me having high functioning depression and the signs that come with it.
I feel good!
Hello my YouTube family and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi. Thank you so much for showing up. My name is Nombi and this is the Show Up with Nombi, where we are learning how to love ourselves by learning how to show up for ourselves. So if you are like me and you're tired of being gripped by fear, self-doubt, procrastination and everything in between, then honey, you have found your tribe. Stick around because we are going to go through this together, honey. So what are we showing up for today? Today we are showing up for our mental health. In today's video, I talk about high functioning depression and I actually check myself to see if I have it. So before we get into the video, I just want to put a disclaimer out there that this video is not intended to diagnose someone with depression. If you are feeling like you are going through those feelings, please seek a professional. I am by no means a professional. I am dealing with my own mess, so I have no business diagnosing anyone with depression. So getting into today's video, it stems from what I've been through the past few months around my emotional well-being and coming to terms with it that I might have a problem, okay? I might have a serious problem I need to deal with. This is not just me being lazy or me not wanting to work. It's really something that I need to look at, right? And I've always suspected elements of depression, but the thing is that I always swore to myself that no matter how terrible it may be, girl, you will not be depressed. Okay? You won't get there. You won't go crazy. And I think that's actually terrible of me to do that because I didn't want to face what is in front of me. And even more was around the fact that I don't fit the normal depressed person, if you get what I'm saying, right? I am going to work. I'm getting things done to a certain level, right? I don't fit the person that the typical depressed person is sitting in his room and hates their life and they are just don't want to do anything. They're always like, they're just non-functioning. They don't function, right? And I function. I do my work. I go to work. I have friends. I go out. I do all of these things. But at the same time, I understand that it's not okay to feel good once a week. Okay, I feel dragged, overwhelmed, and tired and drained by my emotions and feelings, right? I lose interest in work. I do feel something is wrong with me. And when I do look at depression, it fits the signs. But also I feel like, what the hell? I'm not a depressed person. I don't look like a depressed person. So what's happening, right? And during the course of my research, in came this term called high functioning depression. High functioning depression is basically like a depressed person who functions, like who can manage to do things. And it resonated with me. So today's video, I am walking through 7 symptoms presented by Psych2Go. There's this other YouTube channel called Psych2Go. They discuss mental health issues. Please check them out. They have a lot of useful information. I will leave the channel down in the description. But I'm going to go through the 7 signs and we are going to talk through them because I'm still not sure, or I'm still on the fence. So we're going to go through this together and hopefully it works out. So let's get right into the video.
Many psychologists associate high-functioning depression with persistent depressive disorder, which is a prolonged state of depression. Those with high functioning depression may not feel as helpless as those with clinical depression, but their depression does affect tremendously their quality of life. It minimizes their interest in everything, including social events with friends and family. High functioning depressives will go to school or work and socialize when necessary, but once they're done with their responsibilities, they'll withdraw themselves. Here are 7 signs you may have high functioning depression.
Okay. Yeah, so already I think they've mentioned some key critical terms that I'm resonating with from the get-go. So I'm interested to see where this video is going. Around the persistent depressive disorder. I didn't start feeling like this year. I've been feeling like this for a very long time, and I've been just like disqualifying it or discrediting it, like, maybe you're in a bad mood, you just need to, get yourself in a good mood, or you need a better system. I always discounted it as, you are lazy, you have procrastination issues, you are lazy, that's why you are losing interest, that's why you don't want to do these things or whatever. So I'm interested to see where this is going, and also around how they say that coping, like I'm coping but not coping. So I'm interested to see where this is going. So let's keep watching. Let's just keep watching.
Number 1. You're concerned with time. Although you're achieving your goals and completing all your tasks, you feel like you're wasting your time. Even if you find a new hobby or job, it still feels like a fool's errand, and you wonder if all the time you're investing into such activities are worth it.
No, I think this video has come for me. It is reading me, it's reading me to filth. Time for me has always been a painful matter. I've always felt like I'm so behind. I should be doing more. I'm not using the time that I have to the best of its capabilities. I should be doing more with the time that I have. Even when I'm doing something, I feel like I should be doing it faster. I should be doing it better. And this has gotten me into this whole thing of wanting to be as productive as I can and trying to make the best decisions that will make the best use of my time. And sometimes that cripples me in not doing anything at all, because I feel like I might let myself down and waste my time. And when I don't do anything, I also start feeling depressed that I didn't do anything which wasted my time, but I don't make the decision. So I do have a time issue, and also around the fact that when they say you wonder whether or not what you're doing with your time is the best thing, like that's all me. So first one, they hit the nail on the head. Let's see number 2.
Number 2. You constantly criticize yourself. Because you feel like you're not achieving much, you criticize yourself. Your expectations are too high, so you push yourself to the limit, affecting your state of mind.
Yeah, I am my worst enemy. I will say that the girl who lives in my head with me, she is a mean ass bee. But to me, not to everyone else. To everyone else, they will uplift them. But to me, I am very critical of myself. I'm very critical of myself, and I'm constantly criticizing myself. Like I constantly feel like, dude, what the F? You should be better than this, right? Even with whatever I do, if I make a decision and it doesn't come out so great, I really will ruminate on it for so long of how I could have been better. And I go through this loop of criticism that you should be better than this, you should be better than this. Why are you not better than this? And I just sometimes say, no, I just have high standard for myself. But there are moments when I realize that this is a mean ass person that lives with me day to day. So number 2, they got it right. So let's see number 3.
Number 3. You overthink. It doesn't matter if a situation is big or small. You'll find yourself overthinking it and eventually breaking down.
Yes. Number 3, overthinking. Like I can read into, think over, and analysis paralysis is something that I struggle with, and that kind of feeds into my procrastination. So I overthink everything. Like sometimes it takes me longer to do things because I am overthinking them. I'm overthinking what my manager says about me. I'm overthinking what my husband says about me. I'm overthinking whether or not this type of business that I want to start is the right business. Or I'm overthinking what training program I should be using to lose weight or whatever. So yes, I like even on small things sometimes, especially after I've made a bad decision or what I have labeled as a bad decision in my mind, I overthink even the smallest things, like what am I going to eat. And it is crippling sometimes. It is frustrating, but you kind of like, you'll get through it. So yeah, 3-0 right now. The score is sitting at 3-0, but let's keep watching.
Number 4. You feel misunderstood. Since most high-functioning depressives can maintain a job, a house, and their responsibilities, people underestimate how much anguish they're going through, minimizing their feelings simply because they don't act like the typical depressed person.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think sometimes when you reach out to your friends, family, and it's by no, I don't blame them. I really don't. I don't blame them at all. But it's like, but how? Why do you say you're feeling like this? Because you do well. And then I also start feeling bad for saying I don't feel so good. I feel depressed or I don't feel well or whatever, because I feel like I'm complaining, I'm nagging them, or I'm whining because I'm still going on. So is it really depression or what is this, right? So the feeling misunderstood, it's by other people, but also by myself. Where when I'm having that internal conversation with myself around it, I'm like, you just being a little baby because you still can work, you can still function. People with depression don't do that. So stop trying to blame your problems on depression and get going. So yeah. And also, even then, right, I always discount it as you're going to be fine. You're going to be okay. You're just being unreasonable, or you're going through a phase right now, but you're going to be fine. So I discounted myself. So yeah, number 4 on the money still.
Number 5. You feel saddened. It's normal to feel sad from time to time, but if you're sad or numb most of the time, even while participating in fun activities, you may be suffering from high-functioning depression.
Number five is a bit of a hard one, but yeah, I will admit to it. I don't want to, because I mean, when you're showing up for people, you should be a happy-go-lucky person, right? But there's been many a times where I know I should be happy or I should be excited about this, but I feel so dreadful. I feel so dreadful, and then I end up not doing it because I'm like, no, I don't want to feel like this. Then if I feel dreadful, it means it must not be good for me, right? So the sadness thing, I feel dreadful. And I'll even go as far as saying the past few months, in a day, I will say in a week, I feel genuinely good. I'll say like twice a week. The other days, I'm really like, oh, but I drag myself to it. I show up as a positive person at work because I have to be, it's part of my job. And I show up as great and awesome, but inside, I feel like, oh, it's like, I don't know how to explain that. You see, I really don't know. I don't know. But it's like, oh, like, yeah, you just feel this knot and this thing in your tummy that just won't let up. So number 5 also correct. Let's keep going.
Number 6. You have unhealthy coping strategies. Since you overwork yourself, you may lean towards drugs or alcohol to deal with stressful situations. Many high-functioning depressives turn to self-destructive habits to clear their minds.
No, and okay, I think the examples they gave here is what's getting to me. I don't drink, so here's the thing, right? Sometimes I say this to my colleagues, is that I don't want to lean on alcohol when I'm feeling sad, because I think I'm gonna be an alcoholic if I do that, and I like alcohol, so I'm not gonna gravitate towards alcohol when I feel sad. But I do have an unhealthy coping mechanism, which is food. Okay. For me, I think for like a year and a half, I've started leaning on food. I didn't do it before, but now I lean on food. Food is my drug. When I eat, I feel a little bit warm inside, and that has caused me to gain a lot of weight. And I'm not enjoying the weight gain part, but food for me is my unhealthy coping mechanism. I want to just eat, like, especially sugar. Sugar is my drug. Okay, I want to eat sugar. When I feel a trigger coming, the first thing I think of, let me have a chocolate to de-stress me, or I think that's gonna just cheer me up a little bit. So yes, I have coping strategies which don't actually help me cope. They just numb the pain for a few seconds, but then I feel the same again, and I keep chasing that numbness, so I eat a little bit more. But yeah, I was offsetting it with gym, but now I've lost interest in gym even. So yeah, very accurate. Let's get to the last one.
Number 7. You have excessive pastimes. Along with any unhealthy coping habits you have, you may also find yourself constantly gaming or binge watching TV series, among other things. Although these activities seem normal, the problem is you're actually using them to escape reality. High function.
Ooh, binging. Binging, I do that. I do that with food. And sorry. I also do that with series. And the reason why I say that is that I will binge. So I was binging on like Real Housewives of Atlanta. I binged on, right now I'm binging on true crime. Okay, I binge on Snapped. This other thing about these women who are killing the lovers, friends, husbands, but it's women killing people. Okay, I binge watch stuff. That's me, and I can feel it while I'm doing it, that I'm just trying to run away. I'm trying to run away from something. So, like, very accurate. So far they're winning. I think all 7 actually were very accurate. In closing, I will say that it's really speaking to a lot of the stuff that I go through. And please let me know if it's something that you're going through as well. High functioning depression seems to fit a lot of what I'm going through, but I'm also aware at the same time that I just went through a video with 7 signs, so I need to speak to a professional. So me and my therapist need to have a conversation yes, about high functioning depression. But yeah, I think it goes to show that sometimes we suffer in silence. We suffer alone, thinking we're gonna be okay, but we're not okay. And you can feel it. You can feel it, but you disqualify it. Also, another thing in closing, sometimes I tend to feel like I'm unhappy because I'm ungrateful. If I was more grateful of what I have, I wouldn't be feeling like this, you know. So I discount my feelings as well, like that, thinking you're just an ungrateful brat. People are going through so much. You have so much to be happy about. And that's the criticism part coming from it, right? That you are an ungrateful person and you should be feeling better. So yeah. I think that's it, guys. So thank you so much for watching today. I hope you learned something about high functioning depression or depression in itself. And if you are feeling any of these signs, please speak to someone, speak to a professional. Just don't sit and feel like this. And in parting, I will give you one more recommendation, which is cognitive behavioral therapy. It will change a lot of things. It's starting to change a lot of things in my life. And I also recommend you read a book by David Burns, who is like the father of CBT. David Burns, the name of the book is Feeling Good. And also, please watch more of Psych2Go's videos. Very, 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 very helpful and insightful. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining in today. Please like, subscribe, but more specifically, share with your other honeys, okay? We are not in this alone. Let us share together so that we can grow together. But all in all, I appreciate you. And I will see you next time, honeys. Okay, bye.